Okay, and now learning digital badging and Google Keep, we can combine those two options together to organize your digital badges to make them very easy to pull into documents. You don't have to go to insert and upload an image every time you want to add in your badges. And so that's the purpose is to make it much more efficient for you and less timely for you, but still you're getting valuable feedback. And so a lot of times we know what type of normal feedback we're giving students. And then we also know that there are times when there are certain questions that with an assignment that we know we're going to ask students to expand on, or we know that we want to be part of the feedback. And so by going ahead and planning for those events and having them where you can simply drag them in, it creates a much more time efficient process of leaving valuable feedback and draws the student's attention. The Google Keep pulling in the phrases, that may not be any different than what you usually do. And then again, it may be. They may be so used to you, typing on their paper and highlighting it that they're not used to the comment sections that appear on a Google Doc when you leave a comment and their ability to respond to those and their ability to see, okay, this is exactly what she's meaning I need to fix, or that I did really well, or that I need to use this information. And so that's why I like using the comment feature, which in Google Slides, it's here. And you simply, if you just use the comment feature on its own, what you usually do is you usually would go in and you would highlight the part you want to make a comment on, and then you would click the comment box. And notice that it highlights that and brings the box up here for you to type your comments or information in. And once again, that's where you can drag from Google Keep. You can highlight, then pull in that comment from Google Keep when you're in a view only method. That's why it's very important at the beginning of the year when you start using Google Docs is that if you use Schoology or you use Google Classroom, to upload a blank copy of the assignment and give every student a copy. That way, when you're viewing their assignment, you're viewing it in view only. You are not able to actually edit their work, which is something we don't want to do. We do not want to edit their work for them. We want to make comments and suggestions on how they can go back and edit their own work. And so with being in view only, this allows you to make comments and suggestions. And believe it or not, these go to their email. So as soon as you leave a comment or a suggestion and you leave it in there, they get an email that there has been a comment made on this Google Doc. And so that tells them, look, you've got something you need to fix. And so I was very adamant about going in and not editing. If it's a Google Doc, you have the option up top to change it from editing to commenting. And if you go back to the video that I did with Google Keep, you can see how I did that on a Google Doc. On a Google Slides, you actually have to go up and hit the comment button. If you're in view only, that's the only option you will see. And so you go in and you can leave a comment, okay? So how can I use digital badging? And I'm going to tell you that as a high school teacher, I teach juniors, and they enjoyed seeing the badges and seeing those crazy little pictures pop up on their files. And so there is no age group that is too old to see these stickers pop up. They enjoyed not only seeing them, but also at a time saying, oh, how can I go in and create my own Bitmoji and that kind of thing. And so how to utilize these two tools together is you go in and you create your badges, and you've downloaded them as a PNG, you've saved them in your Google Drive, and so those are there. Okay, then you want to go in to Google Keep, okay? And with Google Keep, what you want to do is you want a new note with an image. So when you open it up, you want a new note with an image. And so you're going to click that, and it's here, okay? So I'm going to pick that. I'm going to open it, and it is going to pop up here in my box, okay? And as you can see, it's going through here. You're going to name it and organize it using colors. That's very important. And so to name it, you're going to title it Great Effort, or you can even title it hashtag Great Effort. okay, so that you have it there. Now you can create it as a color, and I did was working on creating a color scheme, so I knew which ones were which. That way, it was easy to find them. Remember, the color and the background is not going to show up when you import it onto their page because you have a PNG file. Okay. All right, so for example, if I was grading, I'm going to open that Google Doc back up where I was earlier making comments and things like that. Okay, so if I was in here and this was student work, okay, and I wanted, let's just say that here was their information. I'm going to change this. I'm making sure that I'm in editing feature because that's what I want to do. And this is my information, okay? What the student typed on there, I want to leave feedback for that, okay? Let's just say I wanted to leave feedback. So I'm going to go over here to the Google Keep, okay? And it's going to open up my Google Keep. And it always opens up, usually your most recent up here at the top, unless what you pinned, then your most recent. And so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to say, that's a great effort. I'm going to pull that badge on there. And notice that badge goes right on there. And there's none of the extra information around it. The reason you want the hashtags is because if you need to search through, if you have 12, 13 different ones and you want to search for great effort, you can search for your badge that particular way. That way you don't have to constantly scroll through. And so that's a great way to use that tool. When you pull it in on Google Slides, you can do the same thing. You pull it in, it brings it in there. You put great effort on this page. You can make it bigger if you want it. Okay, you can change the size. If you want to make it bigger on there, then that is perfectly fine. You can adjust the size there. And so you can drag and drop it onto your pages. Okay, so that's a great way, just getting it out there, okay, that they're doing well. They know that you looked at it and it's not generic. It's something you took the time to pull in, which means a lot to students. And so that's just a review on how to combine those two tools together to create a very efficient and timely way of leaving feedback for students.